the wildest thing was that one of the Claiming Williams committee members comes up to me and literally said, "Is he gonna be okay? Can he do this?" Now, by now, I had seen the metamorphosis. I said to her, "He's going where he needs to go."
Powerful. I really feel like I only blinked 3 times.
Nobody was blinking. It was so intense.
I think that a lot of times people, including myself, are scared to talk about things like this.
It was palpable because here we are talking about the most difficult shit in the world for a lot of people, but everybody was game to have the discussion.
It was very nerve-wracking.
Uncomfortableness in the room.
But also relieving to hear someone say something that I've felt but never spoke about.
Once a question was answered.
I was like, all right, this is a safe space where I could take my mask off.
I know of one person that could connect this entire community, and that was Kaleb.
This is something that people want to talk about.
Kaleb led from a place of vulnerability, authenticity.
It paved a path for the rest of us to be vulnerable in return.
In this deep conversation with Kaleb, but with themselves, with the different identities that they have in their lives, with the emotions that come with that, there was pain.
You know, I cried a little bit.
There was fear.
I was absolutely petrified.
There was relief.
Like,
there was camaraderie.
Everyone understood each other in a way that has never been demonstrated before.
I found myself going back and talking to my younger self.
It was a conversation. He wasn't talking down to people. It literally was a conversation.
Everybody in the whole entire auditorium had a story to tell. When the leader is showing that they also deal with the same things.
He didn't hide himself from the crowd.
Being able to relate to someone allowed me to release all the pressure and anxiety that I was feeling going in.
They reminded themselves that they could be that 10-year-old athlete again.
The connection of 20-year-old student athlete to a 50-year-old coach.
And not even have to verbally do it, but be able to physically raise my hand with other people and say, hey, I'm feeling the exact same thing that you're feeling.
Seeing all those hands go up, it's such a relieving feeling.
He went back in time. When Kaleb was talking about growing up, he was remembering being in the 5th grade, the 6th grade. He blacked out. When Kaleb was talking about hitting the first shot at Syracuse, I know that swag that he had that swag then, but I also remember that swag when he was struggling. When he was talking about struggling on the court, it was the same look. I went back and checked the video. It was the same look. So I say that to say that he really went back in time, which is the ultimate sign of being vulnerable. Because every time he does this, he tears off the scab. He bleeds again. It hurts again.
We are not healed. He's not healed. So we can all be on a common ground. And when somebody is willing to open up that space for you, it's very different than having to open it for yourself. If you can open the door for me and I can walk through it and meet you on the other side of it, it's a lot easier than me having to open the door myself, especially if I'm not ready to do that.
Having conversations with my coach afterwards were easier because she saw her team cry at the session, so it's not something that's deniable.
It was the best speech I've ever seen in my entire life in terms of the shared impact that it had on every single person in the room.